Hey everyone, and welcome. So if you're a Flutter developer, you've almost definitely run into this dilemma. You need a top bar, you look at your options, and you see two big ones, app bar and sliver app bar. They look kind of similar, right? But choosing the right one, that can make a huge difference in your user experience. Today, we're going to dive right into this showdown and help you figure it all out.
And this is really the big question, isn't it? Think of it like you're standing at a fork in the road. One path is super straightforward, totally stable. The other? It's dynamic, it's exciting, it's a little more complex. The path you choose is going to define how your app's header looks, feels, and behaves. All right, let's start by walking down that first path with the good old classic, the reliable app bar. You know, this is the widget most of us start with, and honestly, for a very good reason. It's like the fixed signpost for your app's navigation. It's always there, and it does its job perfectly.
So what is it at its core? Well, the app bar is designed to be completely static. It just sits right there at the top of your screen, and no matter how much your user scrolls down, that bar isn't going anywhere. It provides this constant, totally predictable presence.
Let's break down what makes it tick. First, its position is fixed. It's always visible. And maybe the most important part, it is incredibly simple to implement. I mean, you can get one up and running in no time. All of this makes it absolutely perfect for those static layouts where you don't need any of those fancy scrolling effects. So where does the app bar really shine? Its ideal habitat, you could say, is in apps with pretty straightforward designs. We're talking about things like settings pages, simple forms, or really any screen where the content is short and sweet and doesn't need a ton of scrolling. If simplicity and rock-solid stability are what you're after, the app bar is your go-to, no question.
Okay, let's switch gears and explore that second path. And this is where things get really cool. It's time to meet the sliver app bar, the dynamic, flexible, and way more advanced alternative. If the app bar is that fixed signpost, I want you to think of the sliver app bar as this awesome, retractable animated banner.
And here is the absolute key difference. The sliver app bar is built to react. It has to live inside something called a custom scroll view, and its entire purpose in life is to respond to how the user is scrolling. It doesn't just sit there, it interacts, it moves, it totally transforms.
Now let's talk superpowers, because this widget has them in spades. With a sliver app bar, you can create these beautiful immersive effects that really make the most of your screen space. You can have a big header that just gracefully collapses as you scroll to show more content, or a bar that floats back into view, or even these stunning parallax effects. And these details don't just look good, they make an app feel really modern, super intuitive, and incredibly polished. So where do you see these superpowers out in the wild? Well, its ideal habitat is in any app that's heavy on content. Think about your favorite news app or a social media feed like Twitter or Instagram, or really any platform where you're just scrolling through these long lists. The sliver app bar makes that whole experience feel smooth and so much more visually engaging. Okay, so we've met our two contenders. We have the steady, reliable app bar and the dynamic, flashy sliver app bar. Now it is time for the main event. Let's put them side by side, head to head, and see how they really stack up. This table just breaks it down perfectly. You can see the clear contrasts, right? Fixed versus scroll responsive, low flexibility versus high flexibility. But the most important part, the crucial point here, is the trade-off in their key advantages. With the app bar, you get pure simplicity. With the sliver app bar, you get those rich, amazing, immersive effects.
So we've seen the comparison. Now it's time for the verdict. This is the moment where you get to decide which path is the right one for your project. And listen, there's no single best answer here, only the best choice for what you specifically need to do.
Let's make this crystal clear. You should absolutely choose the app bar path when your layout is static, when you just need a simple header that's always visible, and when your users aren't going to be doing a ton of scrolling. It's the definition of functional elegance. It just works.
And on the flip side, you should choose the sliver app bar path when you really want to create a more dynamic, modern experience. If you need a header that actually reacts to scrolling, if you want those super cool collapsing effects, and if a sophisticated visual hierarchy and smooth interaction are critical to your app's feel, then the sliver app bar is your champion, hands down.
You know, this might seem like a small technical detail, but it's really not. Understanding this choice is absolutely crucial for any developer who wants to build apps that feel polished, that feel modern, and that feel truly responsive to the user.
So, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Your app's header is one of the very first things a user interacts with. It sets the tone for the entire experience. It tells a story about your app's personality. Is it simple and direct? Or is it dynamic and immersive? The choice is yours. What story will you tell?